because my knots. Good afternoon, good evening, and good morning, everyone, everywhere, depending on where and when you are watching. It is a warm, summer, sunny day outside my door. What's it looking like outside your door? So, you are doing your best to make your husband eat right, exercise, live a healthy life, but he is fighting you all the way to the grave. We love our husbands and we want them to be around a long time. What is a wife supposed to do? Today's topic is men and nutrition. I am your co-host, Ambassador Lisa Parks, and welcome to Africaonline TV. Now, if you're tuning in on Facebook and you want to be a part of the conversation, come on over here and join us on Zoom. The ID number is 514-199-854. That's 514-199-854. And now for the editorial with my co-host, Niasa. Take it away, my brother.
Thank you very much, Ambassador Lisa, and it's a pleasure to be here as always. We missed you last week, but that is in the past. No problem. You're welcome back. June 26th is the 177th day of the year 2022, and that is on the Gregorian calendar. We have 188 days remaining until the end of the year. It's going fast, isn't it? So we're like 50-50 into 2022. 13 days and our national days are listed for June 26 to remember, to celebrate, or to have something to laugh about. We will maintain or just mention a few, beginning with National Chocolate Pudding Day. Yes, I know that our host will be talking about eating. So Chocolate Pudding Day, is that for you? Is that for me? We'll get there. But as our topic today will soon reveal, men have to be careful and cautious about eating so much chocolate or any other thing that the wife does not put on the table, or maybe he travels a lot and you can't control that. But we'll talk all about that as time goes. Today is, note, International Day Against Drug Abuse and Illicit Trafficking. One more thing about which men have to be leery. They have to be careful and cautious because as members of the community, they too have to be there to fight illicit drug taking, drug abuse, illicit trafficking, and so on and so forth. So rather than consume those drugs or engage in trafficking, let all of us, for every reason, stand up, say something, and make sure that we prevent all those things. Please do no drugs. Please save that for another day. And of course, save a life. It is National Fatherless Children's Day. I found this one and I said, a day set aside to help humanity raise awareness about the problems, detrimental effects, I'm babbling here, the detrimental effects of the fatherless children, what they face in the world. But then there is no fatherless child in the world, only children with careless, irresponsible fathers. That is me talking.
That's right.
After all, a woman on her own never conceived a child. That is why we have to have a discussion on that another day, not today, June 26th. Most important and more than just a mention is this other one. It is a United Nations Day. United Nations International Day in support of victims of torture. We are victims of torture in one way or the other, isn't it? Men, women, children, every one of us on planet Earth. The day is observed on June 26th of every year to raise critical awareness about torture and to rally support against those malpractices. It establishes, that is the day, June 26th, according to the United Nations, establishes the premise that torture is a crime against humanity. The day is also dedicated to the victims of torture, who have often been swept aside in endless narratives. The International Day in Support of Victims of Torture was established in 1997 after a decades-long campaign, which started with the 1987 Convention Against Torture. The June 26th day that we remember today shines the light on and emphasizes the necessary steps that we as a society can take to eliminate the use of torture and the ways in which we can support the victims of this heinous crime. As mentioned a while ago, it is National Chocolate Pudding Day, and we must caution against men eating too much or a lot of chocolate. Eating is what we are talking about in today's live broadcast. So our host has been straightforward about the topic. She knows that men and nutrition, or nutrition and men, whichever way you want to say it, is one and the same thing. So we introduced that topic in our WhatsApp chat room during the week with a statement that you can take the man out of his natural habitat, but you will not take what he likes eating out of him. That may sound outlandish, but truth be told, most men stick to the diets and foods they grew up eating. Yet, it is not so much what they eat that makes them who they have grown up to be, or what they have taken to eating or avoid eating or eat very little of. On this last Sunday in June, Africaonline Media Corporation is addressing men and nutrition and asking, are men's eating habits different than those of women? Do men look out more for and at what they eat than women? Do men eat to maintain a certain body weight and shape, or do they keep a certain body weight and shape in order to live? Our guest today will help us answer these and many of such questions that we may have or that will come up on our minds as we discuss during this unscripted discussion on Africa Media Corporation. And of course, why is it necessary? Why we should ask, is it necessary to zero in on nutrition and men or men and nutrition? What is so wrong or so right about what and how our men are eating? With that on our minds and in our thoughts, let us turn to our chief executive, the chief executive of Africaonline, that is Africaonline Media Corporation, and let her introduce our main guest and the rest of us who are on the show this Sunday afternoon. Yes, it could be evening in some parts where we live in the world and we have different time zones. I'm no, not ambassador, but Reverend Pan. The ball is landing right in front of your courtyard. Take it and play along.
It is too hot outside, so I'm bringing the ball inside. It's triple digits in Texas.
Yes.
Niason, thank you so much. You are so amazing. It is, you are really gifted. You're really anointed for this because, you know, these are things you write last minute. Like I've said before, you don't pray and fast for ideas. These things flow. Usually after your late night meetings with the BLM people or after service, you scribble these things and they're masterpiece always. Thank you so much. And first of all, let me apologize for not putting on my camera, but I'm here, Ambassador Lisa. I will video call you after this so you can see me, so you can sleep well tonight. But anyway, on behalf of Africaonline Media Corporation, I want to welcome all our viewers around the world, a lot that I'm going to watch on Facebook and on our YouTube later. I want to welcome, of course, our special guest, Dr. Philomena Guanfobe. Before she zoomed in, Ambassador Lisa was asking me about your name. I said, let her just think of Philadelphia because she lives in Philadelphia. And instead of saying Phila, she should say Philo, but she should not try saying your last name, even though she's an African woman. You know, Ambassador Lisa, you're amazing. You rock, you know, you are such a blessing. You light up this show. And your backgrounds are always, you know, encouraging. Sister Deborah, thank you so much for your faithfulness. Love the background. Brother Arthur, you're welcome. I'm glad your audio is connected. We noticed that it took you some time. And Sister Ruth Presley, who is also a nutritionist, a champion for health. And I noticed on your background, it says June is Men's Health Month. God is faithful, because when we selected this topic, I didn't even know that. We just do a health topic at the last Sunday of every month. We've done that for 6.5 years, and we'll keep doing that. You know, so I mentioned earlier to our guest that I will not try to introduce her. So I will give her the mic to introduce herself. But I want to encourage all our viewers, get all the men in your life to watch this show, because it could save their lives. What our sister is going to share today is going to probably save their lives. So watch this show, share the link, so other people can be helped, especially our men. We know a lot of our men have pot bellies, especially on the continent. I think mostly alcohol has something to do with that. But some people think when you have a big stomach, it means it shows wealth. To me, it shows poverty, it's not wealth. Because if you are not healthy, you cannot be wealthy. So over to you, Dr. Gwanfobe.
Thank you, Reverend Pam. My name is Philomena Gwanfobe, and I am a certified holistic health coach. What does that mean? It means that I support and guide individuals to properly nourish their innate or inborn ability to heal, to regenerate, and to repair naturally.
Awesome.
So I know that so many people can be healthy by taking little steps. My goal is to support and guide people on how to take those steps for themselves so that they can optimize their health and prevent chronic diseases and age gracefully.
Thank you. She's very humble. She didn't even brag about herself in her introduction. Nelson, go ahead.
Yes, so Doctor, you're welcome to the discussion. It's unscripted, so never mind. We didn't prepare any questions. It's an open show and we discuss as we go along. But what led you to be interested in nutrition in general and men's nutrition in particular?
Very good question. All my life I've been thinking of how I can help people stay healthy. I did not even know what that means. So I went to Yaoundé University and I started, I participated in a biochemistry class. And in that class, they talked about nutrition is healthy. Nutrition helps people to live a healthy life. And I said, okay, whatever this is, I am going to pursue it because now I know how I can help people live healthy. And so I started there and I studied, I did every research I can do on nutrition. I continue to study on nutrition, went to Tulane University, had a master's degree in public health with major in nutrition, went back home, tried to work with people in the local area. My main goal was that we write all these articles and the people that need those articles cannot read it. So my goal was to get the information and then go back home, go to the villages and show them what to do. And I continued the studies and I finally ended up by certifying myself in the Institute of Nutrition as a certified holistic health coach. Did I answer your question? Or?
You did. Thank you very much. It is said that if you want to hide anything from an African, put it in a book because they don't read books. They just converse and go along.
No, Niasong, not just Africans, people.
Well, people, okay.
Not just, we Africans, we read a lot. Most of us have multiple degrees. So okay, I don't agree with you.
Let us go back to the conversation.
Yes.
So, Doctor, after your studies, you turned to guiding people on how to eat. But would you take the Achu, the Eru, the Timanambosa out of the Cameroonian if I can go to that particular case that I know better of than any other one?
Absolutely not. I will not take it out. What I would do is to understand how they eat it, where they eat it, what time they eat it, the quantity they eat, and we go from there. So basically, I meet people where they are with regard to what they eat,
Yes.
where they eat, how they eat, when they eat. And then we go from there forward to achieve your goal. So I will not take anything out until I talk with you. I usually have a discovery call with everybody to see if we are fit. If I discuss with you and see how I can help you, then we continue. If I see that I cannot help you, then I can direct you to other people that I think can help you. So I'm not taking anything out of any diet.
Thank you very much,
Sister
Ambassador Lisa.
Ruth just
co-host.
gave you a thumbs up. Sister Ruth, I don't know if you saw it or not, but
I saw it, yes.
Yes, she did. I wanted to go to Ambassador Lisa before I go to Sister Ruth.
Thank you so much, Nia Song, and welcome, Dr.
Mina.
Philo. She told me.
just leave it at Philo.
Right, I promised myself I was not going to try and call her name today because I did not want to butcher it. So please forgive. Thank you for coming on. My question is, where are you? First of all, where are you?
Thank you so much. I am coming to you from Jefferson City, Missouri, in the Midwest.
Okay, so you have an opportunity to go back home a lot, back and forth to help African brothers and sisters eat nutritionally?
Actually, when I finished with my master's degree and my PhD, I went home and actually worked with the Institute of Nutrition, where I introduced protein food into the food that is being prepared back home. It's even published. So I introduced wing bean and soybean into different dishes. I work with different women in the rural areas and they love it and it was very good.
Wonderful. I'm really happy to hear. I'm happy to hear that because home a lot. I don't eat a lot of nutritious food unless I go to the store and buy it. They're going to feed me starch after starch after starch. So much potatoes and sweet potatoes and rice that they put on the table. I'm like, I cannot. But I do go and I take and introduce salads. And they tell me that's food for the cows and that's food for the
goats.
And I'm like, no, but this is so delicious for you. But now I have my brother and my sister who are now eating. They told me they have switched to now eating more salads. It's costly, of course, to get spring mix in the store because it's not readily grown, but it's more healthier. So I thank you in advance for that which you are doing back home on the continent. I'm out of questions at this moment. We're going to turn it over to Ruthie. You want to go? I'm going to go back to Nia-san. You can take it from there. That's right. Ruthie says, eat like a cow.
I know that's the name of our company.
That is her ministry. Yes.
So Sister Ruth, play the ball.
She's muted.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead now.
Nutrition is, I tell people nutrition is my happy place. I can talk about it all day long. One of the struggles that I seem to not have, but when I'm speaking with people about their nutrition, and like you said, I tell them the only diet you want to follow is the one that you create. Because I can tell you what to do, but that doesn't work. We don't like to be told what to do. People don't like to be told to do what to do with their money or with their munch. Don't mess with it.
They don't want to be told what to do with their money or their munching.
Or their money. They do not. And Ambassador Lisa said something about it being expensive. But I find that being sick is more expensive than buying food that would actually help my body. And I believe there are ways that we can nutritionally support our bodies and not break the bank, even in the midst of what's going on in our country right now, because prices are doubling and tripling on things.
Oh, yes.
But when it comes to your health, which is, and Pastor Pam said this as well, it is your greatest wealth. How do you navigate when people say they don't have the finances to eat healthy?
I like what you say about you don't tell people don't like to be told what to do or how to do, whatever. So what I do is I support and guide you to develop an individual meal plan and movement plan that works best for you. we develop that together based on the things that are available to you that you can use. We start from there. And then when we find out that it's not enough, then we can start introducing some things. Because if you are healthy, you can introduce new food to your meal plan easily. But if you are sick, it is very difficult to do that. So I will work with you to develop an individual meal plan and movement plan. The movement that you have fun doing, we develop that because that is the only thing that will work best for you. Not because, you know, there's no one size fit all anything. So I cannot be telling you do this, don't do this, eat. No, we start from where you are and we develop that meal plan and movement plan that works best for you. That's how I handle that. And then we can start navigating if it is organic, if it is expensive, but we start with what you have available and how we can make it work for you.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Yeah, I have a question for Dr. Philo.
Go ahead.
There are some people who know what to do, and I'm one of those people, but they don't do it. I'll give you an example. You know, whenever I eat the wrong kinds of food, my body complains, and I know that. I did that yesterday. For some reason, yesterday I was craving egusi soup, so I made egusi, and I ate it with gari, and my body started complaining immediately. One of the things I did with arrow, which I like, is when I make it, I'm not going to cook arrow without oil. That's not going to happen. But I know that the average cup of oil has 2,000 calories. So I avoid cooking with oil. But if I'm going to eat arrow, I will cook it with oil. But I will drain the oil after cooking the arrow, and it still gets the yummy feeling. My question to you is, a lot of people gain weight during this pandemic, including some people that used to be active. I'm one of those people. I think I put on about 20 pounds during the lockdown. What would you tell those people who are still, I don't want to really say homebound, but who are stuck at home? Reason being, okay, they used to get up and either drive to work or something like that, but now their jobs are shut down or they've gone online, they're doing remote work. So most of the time in front of the computer, they're not, the brains are working, are exercising, but the body is really not moving that much. And the weights are coming on. What would you tell them? Because there are people that are still eating healthy, but they are gaining weight because they are not mobile.
Yes, starting with you have a wonderful body. Remember I said that all we need to do is nourish the inborn ability to heal, to repair, to regenerate, which our Creator put in us. So your body is telling you, don't eat that food.
Loudly.
That's what your body is telling you. So all I can do with that is tell you, please listen to your body and try to cooperate. Okay, with regard to those who are not, they are homebound or anything like that, they are eating healthy and they are still putting on weight. You don't need to go out to exercise. That's why I say, find out the movement that you have fun and you enjoy doing. During that lockdown, I was dancing. I have records that I dance. So when you sit all on the computer, stand up, move around the apartment or the house, dance. Find some good music and dance for like 10, 15 minutes. That's exercise. Stretch. You don't need to go outside, stretch, but don't sit for too long. Stand. After some hours, move around, do something, do your dishes, make your bed if you started early. I mean, those things are exercise. So that's what I would tell people that are homebound to do. But
awesome.
then
I agree.
Eating healthy, and you're putting on weight. So try to reduce the amount of food that you eat. You can reduce it.
Yeah.
How? You can reduce it by drinking enough water, because sometimes you eat the food not because you're hungry.
look at Sister Ruthie. She's she's drinking water.
Yeah.
I told us, I have a water here too, but I can't show it.
Okay. So those are some of the things that you can do to handle the lockdown or stay home.
Yes.
Okay, Dr. Philo,
If you drink a glass of water before your meal, that will take up almost half your stomach, which will reduce the amount of food, the caloric intake you take. So, but never drink your water with your food, because then it's washing away the acids. Thank you. Ruthie is saying, oh my gosh, she loves everything you're saying because you are speaking her language. It's almost as if you two are one person.
Okay, Ambassador Lisa, but Arthur was trying to say something.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize. I'm sorry.
Okay, yeah. My name's Arthur Pashi. I have known Dr. Philomena for many years. We work together at the Missouri Department of Health and Senior Services. I can speak to her work. For me, if I drink milk from cows, the milk they will buy in grocery store from like those gallons, one glass of milk, that milk, within an hour, I will be running into the restroom.
Lactose intolerant.
This is what they said. But Dr. Philomena convinced me that that milk, the way it has been processed, is not healthy for our bodies.
Yes.
One day, she brought 1 glass of milk, cow milk, in a bottle. We began work at 7 a.m. She said, Arthur, take this. Let's see what can happen to you. I was very hesitant. I said,
but she used you as a guinea pig.
She used him as a guinea pig.
She used you as a guinea pig.
I would spoil my day. At the time I was working with hospitals, so I was the guy through which all medical records from hospitals, surgery centers were coming through. I said, no, I didn't take it. So I waited until 2 p.m. an hour prior to going home. So I took it and I went home. I went home. I was thinking that around 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, I would be running to the restroom. No,
surprise.
Nothing happened. She can explain herself. No.
I was trying to prove that the milk in the store is different from the one you get straight from the cow.
Because it's processed. Yes, pasteurization.
So what the milk I brought to him was, I went to a farm and bought it from a farmer, which was, So I wanted to tell him that is the processing, it's not the milk. So, but to say like this, I wanted to give him something to try. So I brought that milk to him and he tried, and voila, there was no problem.
That is so kind of you, Dr. Gwanfobe, to go out of your way to help people. God really bless you. It takes a caring, a compassionate person to do that.
Thank you.
Yes, not only, let me just jump in here real quick and ask Ruth to share with us about cow's milk. Not all that other goofy stuff you're going to tell that you normally, but about cows.
Okay, Ambassador, hold on. Before Sister Ruth says something, because this is Dr. Philo's first time on the show. Ambassador Gracie, you're welcome. But when I first heard Sister Ruth's company ministry that says eat like a cow, I said, why should I eat like a cow? Because I don't want to look like a cow. You know, cows they have this big stomach, you know. But anyway, Sister Ruth, that was just a joke. Sister Ruth, over to you.
I don't eat any animal products. But when you think about a baby cow, they drink the mother's milk, and we're one of the few mammals that drink another mammal's milk.
That's true.
And that cow weighs 100 pounds, and that milk takes that cow from 100 pounds to about 1,000 pounds. And yes, there's a lot of processing in dairy, and not many people are going to go to the farm to get it. But I think that we can get our protein and all that we need from plants.
The plants.
So when I say eat like a cow, I mean eat the green stuff, eat your fruits, eat your veggies, your body is a masterpiece, and your body will let you know you're doing something you shouldn't be doing.
That's right.
You may not feel it right away, but eventually you'll feel some things. So I'm not a proponent of dairy at all, but that's my personal choice. So.
But what I wanted her to say was that, like, she did start off saying that cow's milk is for cows. When we have our babies, we breastfeed our children. We should be breastfeeding our children because that is the milk that is made for them. And we are the only mammal that drinks another mammal's milk.
Cow and goat milk. We drink cow and goat milk.
And then we wonder what issues, because that milk is not made for us. But cows eat the grass. They eat the greens. That's why Ruthie's ministry is Eat Like a Cow.
You are what you eat.
Mm-hmm.
So what is a cow eating? What are chickens eating?
Yes.
What are they eating? Because you are what you eat. So
I like that. Not what you eat, but what you eats.
What you eats. That's right. I like that.
Yeah. So if you eat a cow, you are eating the grass.
And if you're eating shrimp or bottom feeders, you're eating the garbage that they eat.
Mercury, yeah. Yeah, so.
Sister Angela Gracely, please. I know you mentioned your name a while ago. You've been listening. Say something about men and nutrition, or nutrition in general for everybody.
Good afternoon, everybody.
Afternoon.
How are you all doing? I pray that you all are having a blessed day. And I'm delighted to be back. I've been
you have been missed. You have been MIA.
Well, it's great to be missed. I've been back and forth visiting my family
for
the last couple of weekends and stuff. And so the drive has been, kind of crazy. But in any case, I've been visiting and having a good time with them. So I'm back now, not going back again for another week or so. But I'm delighted to just share a little bit on this topic about the milk, because all I can say is we now do the oat milk or silk or, the plant-based milk. And I have to say, we like it a lot better. It agrees with our bodies a lot better than the pasteurized milk that we used to buy or that we used to drink growing up. And it was great then. I mean, me and my brother, we love milk and cookies. It was one of our favorite snacks. But, who didn't like milk and cookies? But I think that it worked to our disadvantage, of course, when we got older. And so we have since switched since then. So this, what I want to call it, this revolution to go to plant-based food, I think it's good for us, and I think it's good for our bodies. So my husband and I, we're gradually trying to make the leap. We still like fish and we still like chicken, but we kind of let go of a lot of red meat and stuff like that. But so we're getting there. Yes. Thank you for letting me
nobody can come between a Black person and their chicken. I don't know. I don't know how Sister Ruthie did it, but when it comes to chicken,
right about that.
It's no go zone. We have a Vermont. Right? We haven't heard from Vermont C.
Yeah.
Heard from Deborah either.
Sister Deborah.
Yes. So we are talking about men and their health and their nutrition, but sometimes it's generally, but we are talking about our men, making sure our spouses, if we want to keep them around, making sure, how do we get them to eat right? How do we get them to get into nutrition? Deborah, your thoughts? Not on what I said, but just your thoughts on this.
Okay. I'm listening, and I recently, in the past couple of years, started more of a plant-based diet. I'm like the other lady was saying, I'm now eating like just chicken and fish. I basically cut out the red meat. And in the 2 years that I started this, I have come down on weight. I don't have the pains that I used to have. I'm able to move more. I'm able to walk more. And I think that that's the right way to go. Because the more plants you get into your system, the better off you are, because it helps you to regenerate.
I agree.
Okay, I have a question for Dr. Philo. A lot of, I don't know if Cameroon is still the second largest beer consumer in the world. I don't know, but they used to be. Maybe they still are.
What kind of consumer?
Beer, B-E-R. Beer.
B-E-E-R.
Beer, B-E-E-R.
B-E-E-R, yes, B-E-E-R.
Wow.
Yes, and a lot of them have big stomachs.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and most of it is because of the alcohol. In your work, what would you say to our men on the continent? To me, pot belly is not sexy, and it's not a sign of wealth. You know, but you'll be amazed how many women like men like that, not me. But anyway, let's forget about what I like. But I want her to talk to our men on the continent and our men in the diaspora, our African American brothers. They eat different things. The men on the continent who live in the continent eat different things from our brothers here in the United States. You know,
yes.
And also, you know, just address from your experience, you know, what they can do generally to eat better. Dr. Philo?
Yes, you know, this alcohol thing, they forget, you know, the alcohol is absorbed by the walls of your stomach. That's where you have the pot belly, when you drink a lot of alcohol. So I would suggest that they reduce their alcohol intake. But just like Reverend said, people don't like you to tell them what to do or what not to do. But as they continue drinking that alcohol without cutting it down, is destroying their inborn healing ability. It does so very gradually, very gradually. So I work with the Department of Health and Senior Services, and I observe that most chronic diseases shows up at the age of 50, 55, 60, cancer and all that. Why is it that? You don't wake up yesterday and get up this morning and you have cancer. It takes years. Some of them take 10 years, 20 years, by you gradually grinding down your system when you take into your system what it doesn't need. It tells them. It's just that they don't listen. So I would suggest, please reduce your alcohol intake as much as you can. If you can reduce, start gradually. Say, for example, you are drinking 4 bottles of beer a day. For the next 2 weeks, drink 3. Don't go so fast. Then the next 2 weeks, drink 2. And the next 2 weeks, drink 1. If you take gradual steps, you will make it. With regard to food, they already said it here. Whole real food, mostly plant food is what is good for you. You've just heard Sister Deborah said she's reducing meat and things are happening in her life, red meat and so on. And Sister Ruth talks about they are moving into plant food. Move into plant food. In Africa, we have a lot of plant food. We have a lot of vegetables. So if you're eating your vegetables, for example, you're eating your vegetable with fufu corn or yam or whatever, eat more vegetable and reduce the quantity of fufu corn or yam that you eat.
Unfortunately, they do the opposite back home.
Yes.
They eat more of the fufu and very little soup. And I also I don't know if you've done anything with palm wine, because the people in the village, they drink palm wine a lot, which is alcoholic.
You know, I have not done any study regarding palm wine.
Okay.
But I would tell them that the best drink is water.
Yes.
The best drink is water.
Yes.
Water. That's what I would say.
Doc, let me ask you, because I was just going to say what Pam said. When I'm in Africa, the only time the household eats vegetables is when I'm there. And it's almost as if,
oh Lord,
we prepared this for you. It's not something that they eat on a regular basis. And water, I was talking to someone just yesterday. He said, oh, I just drank a Sprite because my stomach was hurting. I said, but why would you drink the the sugar. Why did you not have water? They tell me that the sugar gives them energy where water does not. So how do I help them understand that the water is better for them, even if it's not giving them energy?
Okay, that all said and done.
No, she just asked a question.
Okay, go ahead.
Yes, the doctor's asking my question.
Yeah, okay, go ahead.
So what was your question again? Something about energy and water.
I was saying how they drink soda because they say the sugar gives them energy. Now, how can I get them to drink more water, even if it doesn't give them energy? Because I don't drink soda when I'm there. Other than ginger beer, I drink a lot of Stony, but I do drink a lot of water. And they tell me they don't drink the water because they need the energy and they drink sodas.
Yeah, that is a good question. I participated in Juneteenth, I think 2017 or so, and I introduced water to those children for 3 days. I said, please do not drink the soda and everything. Drink just water, try. I mean, they did. And the third day, one mother came and told me that for the first time, their daughter slept well.
Wow.
So all I'm going to tell them is, if you start reducing the soda, which gives you energy, and increasing your water slowly, reducing the soda, you get the energy. Because if you reduce your soda slowly, increase your water slowly, and eat whole food, real food, plant-based, you'll get the energy you are looking for.
Thank you. Because you know what I do is to get them to drink the water, I take the little flavor packets. Because sometimes I have a hard time getting my amount of water down. But I take the flavor packets and I give them the flavor packets to put in their water so they'll drink more water. And I found that works to get them to drink more water and not soda. So I like that.
What is this flavor packet? What is that? I don't know about that.
Oh, they sell them. They sell them in stores, different flavors.
Yeah, you can add little flavor.
5 calories.
Cherry, or make your water a different flavor just to give it flavor. It's not soda. It just adds a little flavor.
Okay, that's good to know.
Oh yeah, they've been around for a while. They just have 5 calories.
Yes.
Okay, that's good. They let them add that to their water and drink, but while they are drinking their water, they should start reducing their intake of soda.
Okay, we need to hear from Voma, C, and Nancy.
Yeah, I was going to turn to them. I don't know, Sister Nancy.
Nancy should have a lot to say about nutrition. Sister Nancy.
Ms. Voma, C, or he, or I don't know if it's a he or a she.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Okay, Voma is up. Yeah.
Yes.
Hi, I'm really happy to be part of the group. Just so you know, Miss Philomena is my auntie.
Awesome.
So I know a lot about some of those things she's passionate about when it comes to healthcare and nutrition. But you all just made mention of something to add to water, and I heard someone say 5 calories. As sweet as that thing is, it makes me wonder if it is true, if it's just a label. And you also want to know the source of the calorie. What is the source of the calorie? Is it some alternate sugar that is still damaging? Are some concerns I'll have for that thing.
Good point.
All right, Sister Nancy.
Wait, where is she zooming in from? Voma, where are you zooming?
From Georgia.
Oh, okay. Awesome.
Okay, you're welcome. Thank you. Sister Nancy?
Yes.
Please weigh in.
This is a great call. I'm Sister Ruth's sister.
We know.
So I know a lot about this stuff, and she's working with me now. She's always working with me. But my husband buys a lot of stuff. I try not to eat it.
Oh, Lord, temptation.
I know. I try not. He made steak and potatoes and cream spinach tonight. I didn't touch it. I did not touch it.
Good for you.
But it smelled okay. You know, I know I used to eat like that, but I'm really trying to stop and eat more like a cow.
That's right.
Good.
Yeah, I will now and then eat a little turkey or a little chicken, but I'm trying to stop that completely too.
Okay. You know, we Black people, we have a very close relationship with fowls, with chickens.
Yes.
We know that relationship is very, very close. You know, even though my own chicken, I eat jerk chicken or live hen, but yeah. So I want us to let's Dr. Philo, let's focus on the men, because we gave the women all of May, and these men, we really want to help our men. Can some of the women here share what their husbands eat? Because on the continent, even here, a lot of women, especially those who are working, they make quick meals like rice and stew because of a rice cooker. I think the rice cooker is the greatest thing ever since sliced bread, rice cooker. I use my rice cooker to do other things, to boil stuff. I don't use it only for rice. Some people don't know you can use rice cooker for something else. The container doesn't know what kind of food you put in there. It just shuts off when the water finishes. It's a physics phenomena. But so Dr. Philo, our men, a lot of them eat what their wives give them. A few of them cook their own food. What advice would you have? Because, if you're a man, you come home, whether your wife is working or is a housewife, and the wife is the one that's cooking, sometimes you eat all this stuff like porridge plantains or Bangwa people with all this oil in it, not knowing that, it's a lot of calories. So what would you say about the food that the wives give their husbands? And to the husband, because the wives are not the one putting it in their mouth. They're the ones just cooking it, preparing it and putting it on the table. What can you say to them? Maybe just a little change of lifestyle that could save their lives, Dr. Philo. Just speak to our men, both on the continent and here, because we want to focus on our brothers and we want to help them.
Okay, as I was preparing for this talk, I went onto the internet and I looked at food to boost male health, foods men should eat for good health, foods to boost their testosterone, food rich in nutrients that may help promote healthy testosterone levels, food that men should eat to live longer and healthier. I have these, you cannot see, but I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 columns. But the foods are almost all the same. It's the same thing. The bottom line is that it should be whole, real food. It should be less processed or no process at all.
Yes.
That is the bottom line. So with the plantain or whatever, first of all, what oil are you using to cook? We need to look at, I know back home, palm oil, there's nothing wrong with palm oil is good. But good oils are extra virgin olive oil, coconut oil, avocado oil.
Okay, thank you.
But all of them have calories. Every single one of them are high in calories.
Yes, they do, but they're not. The extra virgin, not processed oil is way better than vegetable oil. I'm sorry, Dr.
I agree, but I'm still cautioning that we should be careful because of the caloric content. They have other benefits, but even the extra virgin oil, you can look it up. A cup of extra virgin oil is close to 2,000 calories, about 1,800. The average. Look at them. They all have calories. They're all high in calories.
Yes, they're all high in calories, but then you have to reduce the quantity you put in your food.
Exactly.
That's the key. Reduce the quantity. For example, I know about Eru that they flood it with oil when they cook it, red palm oil. No. And Reverend said that she drains her own after she cooks it. That is better. So reduce the quantity of the oil. First of all, use good oil, healthy oil, which I just named, and then reduce the quantity you put in your food. You don't have to put a lot for it to taste. That's what I
was going to go that way because Reverend Pam mentioned their oil, but back home, we use oil a lot, yes, but we know its source. We know how it is prepared. But here in the West, we are consuming these oils that you've all mentioned. Do we know their contents? As Sister Voma was saying, do we know what has gone into processing those oils into what we are consuming? For the palm oil, I used to know where it came from because my father was a producer and we ate only what we produced. So palm oil, is it as bad as we think it is?
No, palm oil is not bad. Palm oil is not
bad.
bad. It's healthy. It's good oil. It contains all the 4 forms of vitamin E. Yes, all the 4 forms of vitamin E is found in red palm oil. But the thing is, the palm oil that is sold in the West is contaminated. We just found out some time ago that they make it red, more red by adding certain things in it, the oil that comes from Ghana.
Yeah.
You know, and there was a talk about it about 2 or 3 years ago. When I bought the oil, it's so red. It's not the red that I used to see back home. And like, why is it so red?
Lord help us.
They add things in it. So as my niece was saying, or as Asonglefac says, I have tried, all these things is try and error. I have tried extra virgin olive oil, extra virgin coconut oil, and red palm oil. Those are the oil that I use. They are good. Go to extra virgin. They are not very expensive. You can buy them from Aldi stores now. I bought mine from Aldi stores, cheap stores in town. You can get that, but reduce the quantity. Yes, all fat have calories. So you have to reduce.
Dr. Philo, you need to tell Aldi to send us a donation. You just did a free commercial for them on this show. They need to send us a donation.
She don't like mentioning name brands because then she want them to be sending donations.
Where they can get it really cheap and it's good, and where I got mine.
But yes, we can get good oils.
Okay, I was going to turn to the only other man on the forum here because I think
Dr.
Brother Arthur
Ogoji
has not run away yet. We're talking about men's health and only women are discussing men's health. Where are all the men? Brother Arthur, can you say something about how you feel when you eat what you eat? He's muted, but I hope you can unmute.
Where's Dr. Ogoji? Okay, while we are waiting for Brother Arthur to speak, when Dr. Ogoji was on this show a couple of months ago, when we were talking about preventative health, and he says when he boils his meat, he loves to eat beef, okay? When he boils it, he lets it congeal and all the fat settles on top and he scrapes it off and then eat it, which is a good idea. Those are those type of little changes we are talking about, you know, and you can actually cook food. I'll give you an example, something like black beans. You know, that's one of the things I like to cook. And we cook it with a lot of oil. I don't do that anymore. But the Mexican people, you will not see oil in their black beans. They cook black beans, they don't put oil. It's just we Africans would like to use oil a lot in a lot of the stuff we do. Even okra soup, but I've changed. You know, sometimes when we make okra soup, we put oil, tomatoes, egusi, and all this stuff. But now I just make it like pepper soup. I put my smoked turkey in there, you know, onions, and then put the okra in there, no oil. So those little changes that we can make to help our men also. So we men, as we are cooking for them, let's take into consideration some of these things. And there's one side comment I want to make, you know, if you're using olive oil, don't use it on high temperatures because it's not healthy at high temperatures. Olive oil is best when you use it cold, you know, like in salads or whatever. When I have extra virgin oil. When I use it for my food, I wait till I'm done cooking and then I add it after I've turned off the flames. But it's just, I just wanted to make that comment that it's not healthy at high temperatures, you know. But let's share some little things that we can change, like baby steps in the kitchen. Share some of those things to help our men. Niason, you love porridge plantains. That's a Bangla people, their food, you know.
Well, that is an assumption which is not true for Asonglefac. It's true for Bangla people, yes, but not Asonglefac.
You don't eat porridge plantains.
I like my pounded fufu and vegetables from my backyard. I plant my own vegetables. I'm even just sorry that the sun is so hot today. I have to go out and water at 8 o'clock tonight. So
Good
I plant
for you.
my own vegetables, and I've done that for the past 5 years since I got a place where I can plant my own things.
Good for you.
But that being said, I was going to ask, but maybe we'll have to take this into the second part of the program. Dr. Nkemleke, tell me, we talk about eating. Is there a particular time that is most suitable for eating particular foods?
Okay. To start with, there is no one size fits or anything. So everybody is different, is unique. But there are two schools of thoughts. They say, do not eat food 3 hours before you go to bed.
Good.
But as I was studying, preparing for this, I found a school of thought that say, eat at least something very little, 30 minutes before you go to bed so you can sleep well. So now, yeah, what do you think? So it's up to an individual to try the two and see what works for them. Because he is saying it out of research or out of experience, both. So really, I cannot prescribe when and what to eat, when and to eat what, because I need to work with you and I find out what you have been eating, how it has been affecting you, and then we go from there. But what I know now is don't eat what is out there is don't eat 3 hours before we go to bed. And I just found out that when you are going to bed, 30 minutes before you go to bed, eat something very little, just so you can sleep well. Because if you don't sleep well, your cortisol level is high, etc., etc. That's all I can put in as far as that one is concerned.
You know,
Okay.
Doc,
Yes.
can I ask you, let me ask Doc the question. Do you know about your circadian rhythm?
Sleep
Not
patterns.
very much. I've not studied that very much.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to share some after we come back after the break, but we should not be eating fruit in the evening. Your fruit should be absorbed and eaten in the morning and the afternoon, because fruit has that natural sugar. So it'll keep you awake and active, and then you will not sleep well. Ruth is a sleep master over there. In addition to the nutrition, she is the sleep master. We'll talk about some of that sleep when we come back after the, we still got 4 minutes before we get to the top of the hour.
Well, Sister Ruth can talk about that.
About your sleep, yes.
Can I say something?
Yes,
Yes.
sure, Brother Arthur. I was looking for you. Yes.
I'm sorry,
As a
my
man,
computer
as a
suddenly
man, please
stopped.
talk about
So I
food
lost
and
many
you.
of the things I had to move to my cell phone I was following. Dr. Philo wrote a book. I think it was No One Size Fits All. I was the editor when we were together in Missouri. It's not just about nutrition for men. A combination of many factors. Physical exercise.
Yes.
Good sleep. So these are key to doing that. Let me show you myself. Look at this picture of me. Can you see it?
Wait, let me get you on speaker view. Let me
You were pregnant.
No, I have lost more than 12 pounds from April to today.
Wow.
Yeah.
What did you do?
Any junk food, like we're talking about men, I am a man. Things like cheese, no way, it's not in my stomach anymore. Those highly processed food are not good for us. Yeah, so I've been working from home since COVID pandemic started. I'm in Northern Virginia. I'll be returning to Washington, DC next week. So every day, if it doesn't rain or it's not very, very hot, I walk at least 2 miles.
Okay.
And like over the past 2 weeks, I ride my bike at least 6 miles a day. There are days I go, especially in the evenings, 10 miles, and I do that. Look at this, another picture of me. The pants.
Hold on a second. Hold the picture. Let me put you on. Okay, show it.
Yes.
Yeah, this picture, the pants I'm wearing is a pant from 1997. I have not worn this pant in many years, but I tried it last week. It fits me.
Awesome.
And the shirt is also from 1997. Yes. So exercise, good nutrition, good sleep, and also try to be good with people, problem-free. Drunken stress,
That's a
yes.
good one.
Work
Like
can
that.
cause you stress, and women cause stress, men cause stress to the partner. So try to be good with your folks. This is, I think, my experience working with Dr. Philo. And I myself also working for the Missouri Department of Health. I was the liaison with the CDC. I work on the behavior risk factor surveillance system. They conduct survey on an annual basis. So I was like the guru when it comes to that. Mental health.
Well, we'll take a quick break.
Okay,
Thank you,
very much.
Arthur, Brother Arthur. We'll come back to you when we come back. We'll take a break at this point and a sip of water while the CEO, the buffers or rotates that tape, rolls that tape, really rolls the tape, and we play our anthem, Africaonline's anthem, authored by the CEO herself, and the music is played there. You see Jerry, aka DJ Skipper. So please, let's hear the anthem before Ambassador Lisa gets out of herself.
Thank you.
Volume.
Okay. Give me a minute.
There we go.
Only you let us share. If you really want to know my history, please come, sit down, listen to my story. God gave us a wisdom. He guides our footsteps, makes us shine and transform. Hey, as one people with so many cultures, yet indeed we are one. Stand up, Africans, let's save Africa. Let us all unite behind Africaonline Media Corporation. Stand up, Africans, let's save Africa. It's time to come together, promote awareness, progress, and solution. Hey, Africans, Africans for Africa. Africans, Africans for Africa. Africans, Africans for Africa. All Africans can rally for a common cause, to believe without judgment in what our brother does, to identify and resolve our challenges, to allow each other's ideas without regard to standards. As one people with so many cultures, yes indeed we are one. Stand up, Africans, for Africa. Let us solve all the problems plaguing our continent. Stand up, Africans, let's save Africa. Let us empower Africans in and out of Africa. Stand up, Africans, for Africa. Africaonline Media Corporation, that's a good way to start. Stand up, Africans, let's save Africa. They have all the resources we need to benefit our society. Oh. Education for everyone. If we believe prosperity for Africans, if we believe medical facilitation for Africans, if we believe stand up, Africa, yes, for Africa. Africa nation. That's a good way to start. Stand up, Africans. Let's save Africa. Africa is the cradle of civilization, the motherland. Stand up, Africans, for Africa. We were enslaved not because we were weak, but because of our hospitality. Stand up, Africans. Let's save Africa. Jump on the Africaonline miracle jet. Don't be left behind. Stand up, Africans, for Africa. Together we shall succeed. Together we will win. Stand up, Africans. Let's save Africa. We are writing our own story, the truth, and we shall tell it to the world. Stand up, Africans, for Africa. No more lies. Africans own Africa.
No more lies. Africans own Africa. Isn't that awesome?
Yes, yes.
We own full rights to that song. I want to welcome Sister Carla. I think she's been a guest on this show before, Madam Ambassador, if I'm not mistaken. Sister Ruth is applauding. Okay, next week, actually next month, we're going to be discussing STEM. We discuss STEM every year: science, technology, engineering, and math. So if you are out there, you're an engineer, or you're mathematicians, or you are into IT, shoot us a mail or inbox us, and we'll have you on the show. Next, we'll start with the S in STEM, with sciences, and Dr. Robert Elford will be here as our special guest. He's been on the show before, not as a guest, but as a participant. So he'll be here. Dr. Ford is one of the directors. He's our STEM coordinator at Africa's Brain Bank. So he's done a lot of work in STEM. So he'll be here next Sunday to talk about the science, the S in STEM. And so we have a great lineup for July. Again, if you're an engineer, you're a scientist, we want to hear from you, or you know one, this is your show. This show is unscripted. The only thing that you can be sure of is to see Ambassador Lisa smiling at the top of the hour when the anthem is playing. That's our favorite part of this show. But I would hand over to Ambassador Lisa to talk about, she has some announcements to make, and she will also touch on our upcoming event in October and also September. Over to you, Madam Ambassador.
Yes, thank you, Reverend Pam. As many of you know and have heard me speak about Africaonline's ongoing fundraiser, which is Operation Borehole 55. We've been talking a lot about men's health today and nutrition, and we're talking about drinking water and how important it is to drink water and not sodas. But you can help us make sure that our children on the continent have clean drinking water by pouring in, sowing in, and planting a seed into Operation Borehole 55. Now, we had a fundraiser 2 years ago, and our first borehole has been completed. It is in Sierra Leone, and we are excited. Our second borehole will be going into Kenya. It is our intention to put a borehole on the continent in every country on the continent so that they can have clean drinking water. We're putting them in health facilities, but we are also making a tap available. Our current borehole not only is facilitating that medical facility, but it is now servicing 6,000 families, 6,000 households in that community. So we now have, I don't even know how many people that are now being able to have access to clean
30,000 plus,
30,000 plus. And we need your help to make sure, that more of our children and our families on the continent have access to clean water, because water is life. So go to our website at www.africaonlinetv.org. That's africaonlinetv.org, and make a donation. You can make it monthly, you can make it one time, you can make it quarterly. It doesn't matter if $1,000, $5, every dime goes towards our borehole project. There's no administrative fees that come out of any donation that you are putting into our fundraiser. And we will have our second fundraiser in September. There will be more details coming up about that, but we're looking for you to come on and have a good time. Last fundraiser was 12 hours of entertainment, jokes, and raising funds. Start now, putting $1 aside, put that $5, $10 aside so that when the fundraiser comes, you can come on the show and you can make that great big deposit as a part of the fundraiser. You do not have to wait. You do not have to wait until then. You can start making your deposits for the fundraiser now. Visit the website at www.africaonlinetv.org and make a deposit into Operation Borehole 55. Also in October will be our sister organization, Africa's Brain Break Gala, Summit, and Charity Ball. It's going to be in Atlanta. This is our third. It is going to be hot. We want you to meet us in hot ALT also. So make that deposit. I'm going to be putting all this information in the chat box. You can start buying your ticket now. You can start getting your airfare ticket, get your gown. There's going to be a red carpet. There's going to be excitement. There's a billionaire breakfast for the sponsors. You got to be a billionaire and a sponsor to attend the breakfast. Come on, be a part of what we're trying to do on the continent and helping our African brothers and sisters, our daughters and our sons. Thank you so much, Reverend Pam. Nia-san, back to you.
Merci, madame. C'est juste pour dire quelques mots en français pour vous inviter à nous aider à creuser des puits d'eau potable dans les divers pays africains. Nous avons 55 pays dans le continent. On a commencé au Sierra Leone où ça sert déjà une population de plus de 30 000 avec des familles très proches de 6 000. Et maintenant, nous vous demandons, nous vous prions de nous aider à trouver des sous pour continuer à creuser des puits d'eau potable dans les divers pays africains. Water is life, l'eau c'est la vie, c'est le thème de notre contribution. Tout ce que vous allez donner sera déductible d'impôts et vous voulez bien nous aider à creuser ces puits d'eau pour qu'on puisse donner de l'eau dans les centres de santé développés dans les divers pays africains pour que les femmes n'accouchent pas sans l'eau, pour que les femmes n'accouchent pas dans l'obscurité, parce que le centre de santé au Sierra Leone a déjà été électrifié grâce à notre truc solaire qu'on a installé là où il y a le puits d'eau. Donc, merci beaucoup et vous pouvez faire votre contribution à www.africaonlinetv.org. Et puis en octobre, on a une date à retenir. Le 8 et le 9 octobre, ça sera la fête de Africa's Brain Bank à Atlanta, en Georgie. Donc, nous vous prions de rester toujours fidèles, comme d'habitude, à Africa Online Media Corporation. Merci beaucoup, et Madame Ambassador, over back to you.
Thank you so much, Nia-san. I'd like to take this time, before we get back to our special guest and back to the topic, I'd like to take this time to welcome another male, Nia-san. So you and Arthur have some other company still, strength of sisters, yeah. But I'd like to take this time to welcome my brother and my friend, Apostle Dr. Jerry Cummings. If you all know Harold Melvin in the Blue Notes, if you don't know me by now, he is the last living Harold, he is the last living Blue Note. And I am so awesome to call him my brother and welcome him to the show. Dr. Cummings, we are talking about men and nutrition and how to eat right. And we want to hear from you in a little bit, but we're going to go back to our special guest and have her share some more about how we can get our men to do right. We want them to live long. We want them around. Arthur said he exercises, he's walking, and that is a good thing. He has lost weight, which is a good thing. Some of the things, what are some of the things we could also do, especially on the continent? We know on the continent, they walk a lot. We already do that. They're walking a lot. They're not necessarily eating right because they're eating a lot of starch. I know for a fact because they feed it to me. What else can we do to help our brothers and sisters on the continent? Help the wives begin to help their husbands to do better.
Yeah, I just want to flow with what Dr. Arthur said. This is the book that I wrote.
Yes, we want you to put that information in the chat box as well, because we can't see that.
Oh, you can see it. Okay, I don't. Okay, I'll put the book. I'll put the information. Put the book information on the chat. And in that book, I have 8 keys to optimal health and disease prevention.
Wonderful.
8 keys: healthy food, whole real food, mostly plant food, hydration, sleep, breathing, movement, emotional well-being, relational well-being, spiritual well-being, or meditation. So I talk of 2 types of food. There's primary food and there's secondary food. Primary food is the food that does not come on a plate, but it feeds you and enables you to use your secondary food. The secondary food is what we eat. So my director said, when primary food is balanced and satiating, your life feeds you, making what you eat secondary. An example of primary food is emotional, relational, spiritual well-being.
Wow.
I thought touched on that a little bit. So that is very important. Sometimes we need some love and positive attachment to our family, to our friends, to our community. You know, we need some time to relax and get into the nature. So all those things are primary food and they really nurture you. They make you ready to eat your secondary food, and they enable the secondary food, which is the food that we actually eat that comes on a plate, that enable you to utilize it. So that is what I really want to talk about. Note primary food and secondary food. Also note 8 keys to optimal health and disease prevention.
Okay, Dr. Philo, 1 second, please. I want to highlight you. I need you to hold up that book, please. Can you hold?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's getting lost in her background.
His background.
Oh, my background.
Okay.
The background, we'll be able to see the book.
Okay.
I don't know if you can get rid of your background, then we'll be able to see it.
Wait, Dr. Arthur, do you have a copy of the book? Is it close by?
No, I moved from Missouri, but I have another book that I will write the title on the chat.
All right. Okay. Dr. Philip,
this is about saturated fat. We talk about it.
Okay.
And I am originally from the Democratic Republic of Congo, where palm oil is the main source of, let's say, oil. And our brother Asonglefac talk about it. My training at the University of Missouri, Columbia, was on the agricultural and applied economics. So I work with farmers in the Midwest. My advisor, one day we were at a conference in Kansas City, we're talking about GMO, like genetically modified crops. I thought we were working on canola, how to transform canola into biodiesel. You know canola?
Yes, canola oil. Yeah, canola oil.
And
don't eat it, don't use it.
Yeah, I told him, doctor, we have palm oil per acre or per hectare. You can harvest more oil than canola or sunflower. He told me, I'm glad you're telling this to me face to face. You should not say something like this in public. We don't produce palm oil. Thank you.
Where Dr. Oz has been promoting palm oil on his show, and the price of palm oil has gone up. So, but we are looking at time. So let's hear from Apostle Cummings, Pastor Lisa, because of time.
Okay, thank you.
And we need to hear from Sister Carla too.
Yeah.
He's muted.
Wait a minute, let me.
Apostle Cummings.
I'm trying to find Dr. Philo's book. She said it's on.
Mama, do you have a copy of her book?
I'm trying to find it now. Apostle Cummings, I know that you are a
Yeah.
man who eats well, you eat clean. They don't even want to begin to know how old you are because you look like you're 30.
No, yeah, he's 45. So
Share with us some of your health tips so that we can help our brothers. Today's topic is men and the nutritional health. Welcome.
Yeah, well, I just finished vegetable fried rice with tofu. I maybe every now and then, like I did today, I had fresh Canadian wild caught trout, you know, which was absolutely beautiful. With the
thank you for making us hungry. Thank you for making us hungry on this show.
Yeah, I'm gonna put a picture up on Facebook. It was absolutely delicious.
Oh my God.
I didn't eat no bread. I live in an area where I can walk around the block back to my house. It's 1 mile. So so I try to get in at least 3 days a week of walking, or 4 days a week of walking. I live on 2.5 acres, so I gotta work the yard now because my yard man wanted to charge me too much money because he said the gas prices went up. So he wanted to double my yard work. So I bought me a riding lawnmower and also have a, you know, and then pulling up the weeds and things, you know, you got to be active for one. I'm almost 71 years old in a month.
What?
You know, yeah. And,
oh my
you know,
God.
and yeah. And so you got to be active, drink plenty of water. Here's my water right here.
Yes,
you know, here's my water. I drink plenty of water.
Wrong water, but we'll talk about that later.
No, well, I was told that this was some of the best, you know, so, you know, but you just have to stay active, you know, and don't forget your spiritual life, your prayer life. You know, I'm up at 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning,
awesome.
4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning in prayer and study. You know, so all of this, you know, the whole man has to be taken care of. You know, lots of water, working out in the yard, walking, you know, eating healthy. The hardest thing to do is to stay away from ice cream and cake. You know,
it's chocolate pudding day.
Yeah.
Yes, today is National Chocolate Pudding Day, but.
Oh, is it? Yeah. My wife made a pound lemon cake this week, and one side she put cream cheese frosting on. I don't eat that, but I'll have mine plain. You know, so you just have to, you have to be mindful, active, you know, prayer, asking for guidance, you know, and it becomes a way of life. It's not a Sunday only thing. You know, it's a daily way of life. And like I said, I'll be 71 in a month, and I feel great. I feel great, you know, and the one thing you want to do is feel good. So all of that is very important. I want to thank my ambassador and sister Lisa for inviting me to come on. I'm working very hard on a movie right now about my life. And so I don't get a lot of time to do this, but I had a few minutes. I wanted to come on. I wanted to say hi to everybody. If you don't have my book, I want you to get From Gold to Glory.
We're going to have you on, Dr. J.
Okay, you got to have me on.
I'm going to have you on your own show real soon.
Okay, well, my
book
is best. You know, but anyway, I'm happy to meet all of you, and I'll be back to see you again, but I'm enjoying the conversation.
Thank you so much.
That is a promise we've noted, and we know that we'll see you when we need to. Thank you so very much. And we're going to maybe start the round of the table to hear.
Oh, wait, no. Before you do that, we did not hear from, where's she at? Dr. Joy, Dr. Carol.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's right. That's
Carla.
right.
I'm sorry, Dr. Carla.
Carla, Dr. Carla. Sorry.
She is another nutritionist.
Okay.
Are you there, Dr. Carla?
Unmute yourself and get the conversation going? She needs to unmute.
Coach Carla.
Okay.
Coach Carla Joy, are you there?
While we are waiting for her, I'd like to thank Apostle Cummings. He has taught on one of the primary food, spiritual well-being.
Yes.
Yes.
Very important.
Yes.
Very important. Okay. Miss Carla, go ahead. Sister Carla, go ahead. Oh,
Yes,
it's always such a blessing to be included and invited in such auspicious company. And thank you so much. Most of what I would want to say, you guys already know and are practicing. You're drinking your water. Men may often need more water than the women do. And the more active they are, the temperature, all of those can impact the amount of water. One of the questions I'm asked is if we can drink too much water. And the conditions on which a person can drink too much water is if they have been very active, for example, playing a sport where they got worked up and they got really dehydrated and attempted to drink a lot of water at the end of that period of time, faster than their kidneys could get rid of the water. So, but the average person is not actively playing a sport and participating in a sport. So when you have a situation where a person is actively playing a sport, may become dehydrated and may try to rehydrate too quickly, that's the situation in which a person could be taking in too much water. Most of us are not in danger of doing that, even if we are walking around the block or have the blessing of a 2-acre piece of land that we can walk around, or we walk up and down the stairs. So I would just like to encourage you all to continue the 6 or 8 pillars of health that you've shared or that have been shared here, to keep adding them. You may be working on one of them. That one simple change will benefit you. And each of those one simple changes will benefit you. I just want to put in a plug. If you drank enough water but didn't eat the right food, it would not benefit you as much as it could. If you moved as much as you could and you did not eat the right food, it wouldn't benefit. So the number one thing that you can do to help your body is flood your body with fruits, vegetables, grains, peas and beans, and maybe a few nuts and seeds. Thank you so much for the opportunity to share here. You guys are wonderful. I love you all. And thank you for allowing me to say something in this auspicious crowd.
Thank you so much. It's necessary that we insisted on you coming on. So Ambassador Lisa, where do we go from here?
We go from here. I'm still trying to find the doctor's book online. If somebody can help me. Is the title Nourishing the Self-Healing Body?
Yes, ma'am. Just Amazon.com, and then when you get into Amazon, type the title.
I'm on Amazon. Ruthie, can you find that for me real quick so we can put it in the chat box?
Yes,
I sent a link in the chat box already.
Oh, you did? I'm sorry. Let me find it.
Good.
Because I want to make sure that I have it on Facebook for the people as well.
Yeah, so can we do the last round? We have just 3 minutes.
Yeah, we can.
And during the last round, I'm going to start from the bottom of my screen. Miss Voma, are you still with us? Please unmute and say your last word as we wrap up the show.
Well, it's an honor to be the first person to say my last word. Anyway,
alphabetically, you're last.
Well, this is we hope this is not the end of us talking about men's health, that we can actually eventually see positive results from this very nourishing talk that I've been listening to. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Sister Nancy, please unmute and give us your last word. Sister Nancy, yes,
Great time. I had a great time. Everybody was wonderful.
Thank you, Nancy.
Okay, thank you. Apostle, let me get close to the screen because
Angela, do you need extra glasses?
Sister Angela, unmute and say your last word, please. Yes.
Good afternoon.
Good
It was
afternoon.
just great to be here with everybody, and just keep drinking your water and get plenty of rest and exercise. Be well in Jesus' name.
Thank you. Thank you. And we go over to Sister Deborah. Unmute. Unmute, please. Yeah, thank you.
Hi, I really enjoyed this program. It's actually came together with some of the stuff that I'm doing and learning, and it's given me some more information that I can use, and I'm appreciative of it. Thank you all for your input.
Thank you very much, Brother Arthur. I know you are one of our guests, but I'll give you the opportunity now to say your last word.
Unmute.
Yeah, thank you so much for inviting me to participate in this Zoom conference, particularly to Dr. Philomena Gwamfogbe, and to all of you for sharing your part of the story on how to keep us men from the diaspora and those in the African continent and those here like United States healthy. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Can you guys see my screen?
Yes, we can see your screen. I was
Okay,
going to...
that's the book.
Oh.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Keep it, there you go. Keep it still,
Nourishing the self, healing the body. Okay.
Yeah,
Nourishing the self-healing body. Self-healing body by Philomena and Gwamfogbe.
Yeah, I need the link.
Okay.
I need you to copy the link and put it in the chat box, please.
I will.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Continue with your last word. I just wanted to show the book up, put the book up.
Yeah, I need to see the screen,
You're
please.
welcome.
Yeah. Okay. The next person I was going to call on is Brother Cummings. Yes, your last word, please. You're muted.
Oh, you were calling on me?
Yes, please. Just give us a last word.
Oh, I'm excited about what I'm hearing and who I'm seeing, and I'm looking forward. I'm going to get this book today. You know, I'm going to order the book today. I mean, today I'm going to order this book.
Thank you.
Because I love to read. I love to study. I'm always a student. Well, always willing to learn. When we stop learning, we stop growing.
Yes.
And so I'm excited about the channel. Let's build it up and keep it going. Amen.
And please don't be a stranger. We need to get you back.
Okay. Sister Ruth.
This was one of the best calls ever. Thank you guys so much, because nutrition truly is my happy place. And a lot of things were said, but this is me. Listen to your body, because your body knows exactly what it's talking about.
Yeah.
Obey your body.
Thank you.
If you have a husband, if you're taking care of a man, sneak the veggies into their food. Put them there. Make the man a cacao, all natural chocolate, and throw the veggies in there.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And now, Ambassador Lisa.
Thank you, everyone. Apostle Cummings, I so appreciate you. And I know that you're very busy. Coach Carla, I appreciate you for coming on with your busy schedule as well.
I know.
I'm not going to butcher your name again. I so appreciate you. And I'm going to be like Dr. J. I'm going to be getting your book. I'm going to be getting it before the week is over. My last word on the subject is, it is the wife's blessing. It is her opportunity to keep our men healthy. So like Ruth said, you got to sneak those vegetables in. If you got to make him a shake, put some spinach and kale in it. We want to promote our men. We want to keep them healthy. We want to keep them well. And we want to keep them in the place as our kings that they should be. So we as women must take the responsibility to make sure that we are feeding them the right thing. Take that walk. You know, make it a romantic thing. Don't just say you need to get out and walk. Come on, let's go for a walk. Romantic. You know, let's ride our bikes together. Let's stroll. You know, and do what we have to do that our men will survive, because they are survivors. And it's up to us as the queens to keep them in their place. Thank you so much, Africaonline, to you and the diaspora for joining us today.
And our attention is focused on Dr. Gwanfobe, our main guest. Your last word, ma'am.
I want to thank Reverend Pam for inviting me to participate in this forum. I have learned a lot from the men who are present, especially Dr. Arthur, who worked with me and reviewed my book, and Apostle Cummings that supported one of my primary food. Is very important. Thank you so much. I've learned a lot and I'm looking forward to coming back again. Thank you.
Of course.
Reverend Pam, it's time for us now.
Before Reverend Pam has her last word, please forgive me. I just want to say, I'm like, this has been one of the best shows that we have had, right up there with the gentleman, the doctor that we had from Germany who talked about the prostate. I think that was the most awesome show we've ever done.
Our urologist, Dr.
And this
Fomunung.
one is right up there with that. Thank you, Reverend Pam.
Awesome. That's why we do these health shows at the end of every month. But we invite everybody. We're here every Sunday, same time. 4 to 5:30 Eastern Standard Time. We've been doing this for 6.5 years. We're not gonna stop. You know, my last word is to the women. You know, feed your men with positive words, encouraging words, with love and care and compassion and empathy. They face a lot of war outside your house. Once they walk outside your door, they may not even come back because of the color of their skin. So the home should be their sanctuary. Amen. Welcome them. It doesn't matter if they did something wrong. This is not, by the way, this is not a green card to a green light for men to go and do rubbish or nonsense. I'm just saying, even if they mess up, still, you know, even if you chastise them, do it with love. Don't use your mouth. Proverbs 18:21 says, death and life are in the power of the tongue. And they that love it shall eat the fruit thereof. Don't speak death. Don't speak negativity. Don't be condescending. Even if you make more money than the man, the world doesn't need to know. Nobody needs to know.
That's
who
right.
is paying the bills in the house. Show them love so they don't look for it outside. You know, let's encourage them. Even if the man doesn't have the kind of education you have, it doesn't matter. He's still the head of your household. Yes.
Amen.
Thank
that
you
is
very
primary
much.
food in action.
Exactly.
Thank you. I've learned a lot from the women, but the greatest advisor to me, the greatest woman in my life remains that one I met a century ago. Thank you all very much and enjoy the program. Please come again when we call on you.
And
okay,
share
Reverend
the program. It's on Facebook. Share the link.
Yes.
All right. See you next Sunday.
Bye for now.
Bye.
Thank you very much.
Everybody.
Bye.